Good evening and welcome to Alexander Rybak, my big star of the Eurovision Song Contest and my friend here in Oslo, and he won in 2009 with the song Fairy Tale. Welcome, Alexander.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me, I mean, everyone loves your song, but tell me all about Eurovision when you won. How did it feel like? What was the audience letting you know, and did you have an idea about it all?
Before I won?
Yeah, during your show.
I've said it so many times that it almost gets like a cliche, but it's true that I was much more privileged to just represent Norway, to represent my country. That's what made me feel like a winner already.
But did you have an idea at all that it was going well, or how did the?
Oh yeah. My self-esteem is on fleek, and I've always thought well of myself, to be honest.
That's great.
Yeah, and it's in Norway. It's not good to say things like that. But now we're not in Norway. We're in the world now.
Well, yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a big star in the world now, and the song is probably one of the most played songs right now in Eurovision. I hear whenever I go to any party that plays music, it's Fairy Tale. I mean, that's the song they play, and everyone knows the song, right?
And that's so strange because, and also the sounds you hear in the background, it's me slicing up my pizza, trying to get some food as well. But when I did like a folk thing, it was a folk tune pop. I didn't know it was gonna be so popular in clubs. Because it's not a club song at all, but still, it's like legit to play it in clubs, and I'm really happy for that.
I mean, we've played it even in the U.S. and everyone just loves that song. And you performed that one in New York, and people they really jump up and down and sing along, and it's popular in every age group and every group of people.
Yeah, I remember my first concert. In New York. Well, actually, it's not my first concert because my first concert was in Brighton Beach. I think 3 concerts. It was the year I won. So, of course, a lot of Russians, lots of hype. I really liked it, but then it felt like also it was my first, I don't know, Scandinavian concert maybe. That was at your hotel. When you did the NYCJC, and it was a very nice meeting because a lot of friends, like colleagues from Eurovision, Hanne Krogh, Bettan, they all told me about this Jarl who owns hotels. Yeah, it sounded like a Viking thing, he owns a lot of things. So After some time, I was thinking that is there a Jarl? Is he just a myth?
Well, we'll get back to that. Let's listen to your Fairy Tale. Here is Alexander Rybak from 2009 and his song. The song broke a lot of records. I mean, you got the most 12 points ever at that point, right?
Right.
2009.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What other records did you break?
I'm very humble on this. I don't remember, but okay, since you're asking, most points overall.
Wow.
The biggest margin to the second place. I still have both of them, but the 12-point thing, Loreen got it. Well deserved as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not only that I took some records. Then it's also I helped them for lots of years, and still even some of them. So it's a big thing.
Well, we'll definitely play Loreen later on today in our show. But I want to actually talk about your next song that you did perform within Eurovision. You a few years after, which I don't think anyone expected you to come back, but you did. You came back and did another song. Which song was that?
It was called "That's How You Write a Song." Like an instruction manual. I already conquered Europe. I had this thing done already, so I thought that I just want to bring some joy back to all the people who voted for me and to have fun. and just writing a song about writing a song in a completely different genre. I didn't want to do like the same winning formula. I wanted to try something else. Of course, I was hoping to win, but I guess winning the national selection one more time and winning the semifinal was enough.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. Now, where did you perform it? Where was the Eurovision the year that you came back?
Lisboa.
Yeah, so in Lisbon, in Portugal. I got to
don't you say Lisboa? Yeah, Lisbon.
Lisbon in English and Lisboa in most other languages. Now, in Lisbon, I got to see the performance, and I was hanging out with our friend Haugedal.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Yes, and I got to go to the VIP party, the events behind the scene, and it was an amazing place. Actually, I liked it. Compare the two venues. I mean, Eurovision in 2009 and Eurovision 2018. What's the biggest difference?
Well, Moscow, Russia, they want to be, they want to be the best, the biggest. So the stage was too large, really. I mean, for the television it looked good, but for the artists, we felt so small because the stage was just amazingly huge, immensely large.
Really, and just getting to it probably took a while, just to run from the back into the front and get.
Yeah. It's a big machinery, but that's like that with all the stages. But yeah, especially in Russia, everything was so big. So some of the artists, they felt so small. I remember some complained about that. Not me. I always feel big. but so in Lisbon, what did you say? Lisbon. Yeah, with an O.
Lisbon. Yeah. Lisbon. Yeah.
Maybe the stage was smaller. Everything was smaller, but then we got the more kind of intimate feeling.
Yeah.
So, but I just, to be honest, I don't remember that much from that year because I was so, I had so much problems with sleeping pills, and I didn't.
We'll talk about that when we come back. But let's listen.
Not too much.
No, just a quick thing. But let's listen to that's how you write a song from 2018.
Yeah, take notes.
And you did mention sleeping pills. You're such a big artist. You travel around the globe. It's not always easy to sleep on command. And being a crew member, and this is going out on crew radio, it's another problem for a lot of crew members. We don't sleep well either. I mean, it's hard, jet lag and all that, right?
Yeah, and pizza. I talked to you about
that. We're eating pizza here. So.
And you mentioned that luckily, most of the time you have like a good sleeping heart, that we say in Norway.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But
not everyone, and you had a hard time, right?
I'm very sensitive to everything. So when I started with sleeping pills, then I became almost like a drug addict. Well, not almost. It was drug addiction, right? And all different benzos for the daytime. When I realized that in between the doses, it was so hard to just live, to eat, everything hurt, really, like extreme headaches all the time. So when I was in Eurovision, I was just exhausted all the time. I just wanted to go home. When we won the semifinal, I just wanted to go home.
Really,
and everything was just like that.
It's been a few months now since you actually got off it and became free or clean.
Yeah, and I also wanted to come clean. That was maybe the most important step for me, to tell people that, well, I have struggled with this. I'm still struggling, and now maybe the next song we can play is one that I made about this topic. It's called "Give Me Rain." It's about fighting your demons and surviving like the worst nightmares, even when those nightmares continue like day after day. But I know that some people already found comfort in this song, so maybe you will as well.
Yeah, Give Me Rain. But I just got to see a new song by you that I really, really loved. The video was so much fun. How did that one come about?
Thank you. I know which one you're talking about. The song is called Magic. And, with the previous song that I did, Give Me Rain, and the problems I've had with sleeping pills, sleeping addiction, I almost had a relapse, like a very hard relapse, some months ago. But then I stumbled over a blog. A girl has this disease. It's a horrible disease. It's called endometriosis, where tissues from the womb they attack the rest of the body. So having like menstruation, your period, it hurts. And for her it hurts all the time. So she was like thrown between hospitals and I was so moved by her blog because she writes about so difficult things with so much humor, so much positivity, and I really fell in love with this. A cute girl as well, right? But
yes, all the crew members, the guys out there, yes, he is straight and he is cute, and the girls, yes, he's all yours.
Well, not all yours. Well, she's and even before we started dating, so we're dating now, but before we started dating, I just wrote the song about that everything in life that used to be very annoying, like seagulls screaming every time I can't sleep, but now seagulls, they scream magic.
Oh wow.
And things like that. Beating of my heart, which is like can also sometimes also be very hjärtebank. How do you say that?
It's well, the pounding, right?
Pounding,
You feel
when you are nervous, it can also be magic because it's magical because it also it means that you're still alive. That's all things she wrote in the blog. I translated into the song, so I hope you like it.
Magic. In 2009, when you won, I like to ask my friends when they are on the show which song they liked or which winning song they preferred or liked. But since you won in 2009, what other song do you remember from that whole show? If you even remember anything from the show, because I mean,
you a lot. Yeah, a lot of them, like Randa Jad and the Armenian one. Mostly I remember either the artist or the title or the country or the melody.
But your favorite though from that year?
But my favorite, I remember it all. It was Ukraine, Svetlana Loboda. I think the song was called Valentine. Be My Valentine.
I wish. Be My Valentine. And that was Svetlana Loboda. I think you speak better Russian than I do, at least the way
Svetlana Loboda.
Svetlana Loboda. There we go. And
I remember I really was scared of this competition because usually I was just thinking that if not win, I'm gonna win people's hearts, right?
Well, she came in sixth, so I mean, you were fine. You didn't win. But from 2018, what song do you remember the most? And not talking about the winning song, that was Israel.
Yeah, because that's the one I remember most, of course, because it was so hyped. But maybe so the one I liked the most was Elena from Turkey. No, wait.
Cyprus?
Cyprus, yeah, maybe, thanks. The song is called Fuego.
Fire, yes.
Yeah, and it's still a big banger on the clubs.
Cool.
And I can understand why. I remember I was talking to her right after Netta won and she came second. I told her that sometimes when I'm between the doses, like the sleeping pill doses, I became and when I was on the low, I was so nervous for everything. And when they counted the voices, I remember I got a 12 point from Italy. I couldn't even pretend that I'm happy. I just really wanted to go home and take my next dose. It was horrible. And then I tried to be like polite and gave a hug to Elena and but I have so bad humor. My humor is horrible when I'm on my lows. When I was on my lows.
Yeah.
Now I'm on a constant high. But and I told her, well, I guess Cyprus wouldn't have the money anyway to host Eurovision, but your song is the best. And she got so mad at me and she said, no, we absolutely have the money. And I thought, okay, I'll just go home. Nobody understands you. Leave and
Well, let's listen to Cyprus and Fuego from 2018.
I still like the song.
Once again, thank you so much to Alexander Rybak. the second part of that interview, don't forget, will be up in just a few weeks from now. To check out the schedule, you have to go to crewradio.com and find out what's playing next, and also what's on my show, Eurostoop Talk. And that will be on every Saturday at 6 p.m. Europe Central Time.